50 claims he had to send Lil Meech to rehab because he was allegedly high on set while filming BMF.
His son is a addict.
Right. Yeah, 50 said he put him in rehab.
Yeah, his son's a addict. You're broke after $5 million? And you got a habit and a clothes habit, but you don't got nothing saved up, and you Big Meech son, you haven't found a way to run it up and take our name, and you gotta think what I'm saying as a failure.
It's the chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
I'm thinking what?
2 million.
Lil Meech got Richard Millie's chrome hard jeans, 10,000. I buy some chrome hards for 10,000. I might wear them for a month, bro.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? Like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name.
So 50 Cent just dropped a bomb on Lil Meech, and it turns out Lil Meech's money problems are not only tied to his reckless spending, but also to his alleged addiction to nitrous oxide. Shortly after Lil Meech was spotted hanging out with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, 50 Cent revealed that Lil Meech blew all the money he made from BMF. And we're talking millions here. But that's not all. 50's now also claiming that besides investing in Lil Meech and paying for his acting classes, he also stepped in when Meech was deep in substance use. And now other insiders are backing up 50's claims, saying Lil Meech has been struggling with an addiction to whippets, a slang term for nitrous oxide or laughing gas. And instead of securing the bag and setting himself up for success, Lil Meech allegedly blew through all his BMF money on designer clothes, flashy jewelry, and his rumored whippet addiction. So when his dad Big Meech finally came home after 20 plus years in prison, Lil Meech had nothing waiting for him. And that's when Rick Ross swooped in and seized the moment to get back at 50 Cent. And as you all know, this led to the ongoing beef between 50 and the Flannery father-son duo. But is there any truth to these addiction rumors about Lil Meech? Did Lil Meech really fumble everything 50 Cent built for him and blow his money on substances? Let's break this down.
So I met 50. 50 put me in acting class for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, two times a day.
So it looks like Lil Meech is still feeling some type of way about 50 Cent cutting him off, and he's not keeping it low-key. It all kicked off last month when Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross for a welcome home concert that ended up getting canceled. Then 50 Cent came through with some serious accusations, accusing Big Meech of snitching. But what no one saw coming was 50 also turning on Big Meech's son, Lil Meech, who plays the lead role in 50's show BMF. So when Lil Meech saw that 50 had unfollowed him on Instagram, he hit him up to clear the air, saying the beef wasn't his issue and claiming he had no love for Rick Ross. Lil Meech literally wrote F Ross, and he also swore his loyalty to 50, saying, I would take my shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you. But that didn't age too well, because when 50 Cent didn't match the energy and hinted that Lil Meech might be getting kicked off BMF, Meech flipped the script and hit up Miami to party with none other than Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. And then just days later, Lil Meech dropped a cryptic post of him and his dad, Big Meech, hanging with Floyd, and all he captioned it with was the shushing face emoji, making it look like they might be cooking up something big behind the scenes. And now some new reports are swirling, with sources close to the situation saying Big Meech and Lil Meech might be getting into some kind of business partnership with Floyd. But here's where things get real messy. Turns out all that loyalty talk from Lil Meech was just him scrambling after 50 Cent cut off his main sources of income. So allegedly, Lil Meech burned through his whole BMF bag in just a couple of years. But instead of flipping that money or making smart moves, he supposedly blew millions on designer gear, jewelry, and living like a rap superstar, without a rap career to back it up. Lil Meech even flexed on social media, posting photos in custom chrome hearts jeans and bragging about dropping $2 million on an iced out watch.
It's the chandelier. I might have seen Fat Joe DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
I'm thinking what?
2 million.
Lil Meech apparently burned through $5 million in just 3 years, spending it on cars, clothes, and jewelry, and making zero investments. And according to Tony Yayo, Meech was also out here acting entitled, even telling people like Lil Baby that they should give Big Meech some money. Basically, Lil Meech was acting like people were just supposed to hand him cash. And to top it off, Yayo spilled that Lil Meech was asking people for money, while at the same time dropping $100,000 on jeans.
Okay, so the show was successful, 3 seasons in. Lil Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist. Like you said, there was a Richard Mille watch, which he got, almost arrested over.
you see it yourself.
There
it was
all
shit.
all the clothes.
Yeah, it's.
I'm seeing Go Yard luggage.
Yeah,
like, this is shit that I afforded later on in life.
Come on, man. And then you in Atlanta at that when indulging spending money. Like you see a motherfucker with 100,000 poking out his pocket, doing 40, 50,000 in the club. That's what you around. You gonna spend money. Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000? Shout to Chrome Heart, you know what I'm saying? But, you know me, I get some Chrome Hearts, I'm gonna wear them for at least 2 weeks. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But I felt like when we left there, it was a money thing, because what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Lil Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would have never, I wouldn't even have mentioned no shit like that. If front of real anyway. That's just me.
What makes this whole thing even wilder is that Lil Meech himself admitted that when he first met Fitty, he was completely lost, had no direction, and didn't know what his next move was going to be. But Fitty saw potential in him, took him under his wing, and even paid for his acting classes for 2 years, even though he could have easily hired someone with real experience who wouldn't be a liability.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? Like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, that ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was coming from
Now, you'd think that after Fitty took a chance on him and gave him the opportunity of a lifetime, Lil Meech would be extra careful not to blow it. But it's almost like he thought he could just live lavish forever and someone would keep handing him millions. But here's where it gets even crazier. Fitty just dropped another bombshell, revealing that Lil Meech would show up to set high, and it was Fitty who helped him sober up. Not only that, but Fitty also paid for his rehab after finding out Meech was allegedly hooked on whippets, aka nitrous oxide or laughing gas. The term whippets comes from whipped cream canisters that contain nitrous gas, and people realized they could crack them open and inhale the gas for a quick high. Over time, it became slang for using nitrous oxide recreationally, especially in party and club settings. Now, lately, whippets have been making waves in the celebrity world, and the fallout has been ugly. When inhaled over a long period, nitrous oxide reduces the amount of oxygen available to your brain and body and causes many serious health issues. Prolonged use can be life-threatening, leading to unconsciousness, brain damage, or death. And while some people still think of whippets as a harmless party trick, nitrous oxide has been linked to many tragic deaths, like that of Aaron Carter. More recently, reports came out that Kanye West might be hooked on the stuff too. One of Kanye's former employees even claimed that Kanye's been using a private dentist just to keep his nitrous supply steady.
Ryan Garcia, this is Jay. I'm on the nitrous.
And I was at the dentist's office the other day. I was taking a nitrous oxide. I suggested if anybody's like stressed out.
Now, circling back to Lil Meech's rumored addiction, 50 Cent recently posted claiming that Big Meech has always been a bad influence on his son, teaching him that using illegal substances and blowing money is cool. Meanwhile, 50 said he's the only one who really stepped in as a father figure and tried to help Lil Meech get on track. And here's the wildest part. 50 revealed that while they were filming BMF, Lil Meech had a full breakdown because of his substance issues, and it was 50 who had to step in and get him the help he needed. 50 wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Hornsby peeped he was high AF on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, what the F is whippets? I look, and it's the ish that be in BB guns. But is there any real proof that Lil Meech is battling addiction to nitrous? Or is 50 Cent just stirring the pot? Well, it turns out that 50 wasn't just being messy, and multiple industry insiders who used to roll with Lil Meech are saying his substance issues have been well known. One of them is underground rapper Brick Baby, who recently told DJ Vlad that Lil Meech is definitely an addict. Brick Baby also called out Lil Meech for blowing all the cash he made from BMF without thinking of his dad or making any real moves to secure his future.
His son is a addict.
Right. Yeah, 50 said he put him in rehab.
Yeah, his son's a addict.
Look, man, the fact...
I kicked it with Lil Meech, and he getting money and all that now, but this is like my unc's son. Like this is Big Meech, a dude that I was up under when I was 17, and I seen him, and his dad hates and all that. So, just like the lean and the opiates, like, you gotta think that wasn't in when Big Meech left. So you look at it, he looking down at drug addicts. So at the end of the day, I feel like Meech came home and felt like his son was a failure as far as what was going on.
A failure?
Broke.
That's crazy.
You're broke. No, hold on. You're broke after your $5 million, and you got a habit and a clothes habit, but you don't got nothing saved up, and you Big Meech son, you haven't found a way to run it up and take our name. And you got to think what I'm saying as a failure, not a failure like, oh, you da-da-da-da. But as far as you were in position to keep the name going, and your $5 million went to you doing what? So now I come home and I'm looking for help from everybody else, but I put you guys in position in order to do something with my name and put some money up for the family.
Yeah.
And now, on top of everything else, fans are going back into Lil Meech's past, digging up old interviews and videos, and they're starting to make some connections, saying that in a lot of these clips, Lil Meech really does seem like he's on something. Fans are pointing to moments from interviews where Lil Meech showed up looking bleary-eyed and sluggish, and it seemed like he was struggling to stay alert. And then there are some even more bizarre videos of Lil Meech acting out of it, like that time he started arguing with Popeye's employees.
You put your shrimp on there? I'm talking about chicken.
I need to get no time.
I'm waiting on your food. We made no food. We're waiting on your food. What's the problem? Don't be crazy and wait up on me like this. You don't know me to love me, baby.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying no. But I'm just saying. Why you say that? You don't know what you're doing now. I am being friendly. I'm giving you the same energy you're giving me. See? And you got Or how about that time Lil Meech got arrested after an unloaded firearm was found in his luggage, and he couldn't even provide a license for it? But get this, Lil Meech thought it would be a good idea to lie and say he's a minor, despite being 22, about to turn 23, at the time of his arrest. On top of that, Lil Meech tried to play the "Do you know who I am" card, and he even name-dropped 50 Cent while desperately trying to explain to TSA agents that he's a celebrity.
Sir, listen, I swear to God, sir.
I know, but unfortunately, there's certain procedures we have to follow anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right, so listen.
You understand that, correct? Do you have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straight then.
I have security guards, sir.
Okay.
See how much jewelry I have on me?
Listen, that's okay if you got that. The problem is bringing it into the checkpoint.
Sir, but I would
Just
never
have a
do
seat for
that.
me.
My mom's a flight attendant.
Just have a seat.
I would never do that, sir. Promise you, man. I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
I'm not saying you're bad. Have I mistreated you or
Not
anything?
at all. Not at all, sir. I'm trying to tell you, sir.
But you understand the severity of what is occurring, right?
I would never do this. I fly every week.
Listen, if what you're telling me is true, we can work things out, okay?
Please, sir, please. I'm working.
But there's procedures we have to follow. It looks like possibly 2 guns and a few mags. He's saying that he's an actor and he has private security guards.
Does he have
didn't
security weapons permission?
No, he doesn't have a...
Listen, sir, I was going to tell you.
Right? His ID and everything's supposedly in the bag.
Listen, sir, I want to tell you 1 second. I fly every week, sir. I have 2 security guards, and we are rushing to the airport. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show.
Okay.
Sir, this will ruin my life.
Do you have a concealed weapons permit?
No, sir, but I have
Sit
never...
tight, don't say a word.
Okay.
So first, Meech told the TSA officer one of the last things you ever want to say at an airport, that you didn't pack your own bag. And then he makes it even worse by claiming he's a minor, a grown man of 23. What's also bizarre is that at one point, Lil Meech asks if he can remove his ID from his luggage. But why would you tell the cops you're a minor, but then pull out ID that literally proves you're not? It's a whole mess. And now with 50 Cent coming out alleging that Lil Meech has a nitrous oxide addiction, fans are looking at this and wondering how much of this weird behavior is tied to his alleged habit. So when this whole drama between 50 Cent and Big Meech first kicked off, fans were really feeling sorry for Lil Meech, and they were even calling out 50 for unfairly punishing Lil Meech for his dad's actions. A lot of people also thought 50 was wrong for exposing those text messages Lil Meech sent him, and they saw it as 50 taking out his anger over Rick Ross on Lil Meech. But fast forward to now, and fans are starting to change their tune, especially now that Lil Meech is hanging out with Ross and Floyd Mayweather and rubbing it in 50 Cent's face. It's not a good look, especially since just weeks ago, Lil Meech was publicly dissing Ross and swearing up and down that he's loyal to 50. So now people are saying Lil Meech has shown he's a liability, and maybe 50 was right to cut him off before things got even worse. And now with rumors swirling about Lil Meech's alleged addiction to nitrous oxide, fans are saying 50's reaction was justified. After all, 50 went above and beyond for Lil Meech, acting like a father figure, giving him opportunity after opportunity, investing in him, and even paying for his rehab. Only for Lil Meech to blow all that money recklessly and then switch up on 50 as soon as 50 hinted he's taking BMF off air. But what's your take on all this? Was 50 Cent right to cut Lil Meech off? And how do you feel about the rumors surrounding Lil Meech's nitrous oxide addiction? Leave your